In today's video, I'm breaking down Primal Herbs funnels and we're going to see how they convert cold traffic so well. These are the exact same strategy we use at my agency to make sure we are as profitable as possible on the front end with cold friendly funnels. So starting from the ad library, as you can see, they don't have a lot going on in here. Mostly 95% of the ads are statics. As you can see, they kind of have strong branding to them. Their strong branding of their product is on the ad itself. They currently have ads separated for two of their SKUs. One of them is a new one, which is the Alpha Coffee, which we're going to also look at. But the main one we're going to look at is their evergreen offer, or the funnels that they run to their main SKU, which is their Primal Herb volume supplement. So the evergreen offer here is the trial packs. So they're going for a trial offer on the front end, but before actually selling the product, which is the mistake or what most brands, 90% of brands out there do, and what 10% of brands leverage to make sure they're converting cold traffic as profitably as possible, and they can afford to acquire customers at a higher rate than other brands that are not doing this, is they're putting a pre-lander or a pre-sale page before they actually expose the customer to the offer. These are what we call cold-friendly funnels, cold-friendly offers. Obviously, the two need to match. You need to have a cold-friendly offer that you put on a in a cold-friendly funnel that can be multiple steps. In this case, it's a two-step funnel. So just after clicking on one of these statics on one of these ads, you get redirected immediately to a short advertorial. I call this short because, as you can see by scrolling, it's pretty short for an advertorial or long form sales letter standard, as you can see from the length here on the page. But this here is targeting a very specific, very important, very painful angle for the customer persona they are going for the target market they are selling the product to. And you can understand that immediately by reading the headline. The headline says how men over 40 are not really solving ED for just $25 without expensive meds or awkward doctor visits. So here, the audience they're trying to target from the headline here are problem aware. They're obviously mentioning not really solving ED. They're not solution aware, so they're going for a new solution, for an untapped mechanism to solve this problem, and they're exposing that in the headline immediately. So they're targeting a problem aware, solution unaware target persona or customer persona, as you can see here, and they're kind of discrediting immediately. They're handling an objection in the headline right away without expensive meds or awkward doctor visits, which as you can see, for the subject of the product here and for the subject of the matter here, is a very important point, especially awkward doctor visits, one of the main points here, and also expensive meds, which most of the personas suffering from this problem have already probably tried. And they followed this up with a sub-headline here. A new science-backed herbal supplement is helping men regain confidence, stamina, and vitality, and it's available for a risk-free 30-day trial. So again, handling more objections right away in the sub-headline. The goal of pre-sale pages, the goal of pre-landers before you actually expose the mechanism or the product or the offer or whatever it is on the actual sales page where you convert from visitor to customer, is that you're trying to handle as many objections as possible. You're trying to answer as many doubts as possible. You're trying to just make sure that the customer or the visitor arrives on the sales page where you actually need to convert them as ready as possible and as warmed up as possible to buy your offer, to buy your product. So just again, going over this page here, you can see that here they're trying to target this angle as much as possible. The thing with pre-sale pages, pre-landers, is you need to make sure they are targeting at a specific angle. You need to be very specific. Specificity is super important, because if you reflect exactly what the visitor that's going through the page, what they're experiencing on a day-to-day basis, their pain, their problems, what goes on in their mind, especially with a very awkward problem like this one, specificity is super important. If you make a good job of leveraging that in your copy, obviously copy here being the most important part of the actual page, besides design, besides branding, besides everything else, copy here is the most important part. If you manage to do a good job with that, the offer and the product and the mechanism and the brand is going to resonate very, very well and very hard with the visitor. So they're mentioning here, from an over 40, ED can feel like an unwelcome inevitability. The frustration, the hit to your confidence, and the endless cycle of trying ineffective solutions, it's enough to make anyone lose hope. As you can see here, first sentence immediately very hard hitting, and goes immediately to the point with the problem this customer persona is experiencing. But a new program by Primal Herbs is offering men a way out. Their flagship product, Volume, is a natural herbal blend designed to help improve blood flow, boost stamina, and reignite confidence, all without costly prescriptions or uncomfortable doctor visits. Again, pushing again on those two primary pain points for this customer persona. You can see here image generated by AI. Images are super important on advertorials, and especially when you're going to test these. The most important parts that you're going to test are above the fold. On pre-sale pages, it's 90%, 80% of the work, mostly on the angle. So the overall angle is obviously the most important part. But then once that is taken care of and you actually generate angles based on your customer persona, based on what your product actually does, the main points you're going to iterate on and test in the above the fold are the headline, the leads, and then the images. Usually we try to always have an image above the fold that helps the headline and the subheadline. And those are the three main things you're going to want to test here, besides the overall angle, which obviously covers the entire page and the entire goal of the page. So going forward in the page, again, targeting the customer persona as much as possible, being specific, why it happens and why most solutions fail short. So they're educating them on the problem. They make sure that they are priming the visitor to then understand the mechanism after that. So that's why here they are iterating over the problem again, so explaining what's the root cause, because what they're going to do is that after you understand this, they're going to tell you exactly how their solution, how their mechanism targets this root problem. They are anchoring you with the problem, and they're giving you a solution immediately to what they just explained to you in this section right here. So here is the explanation of the mechanism and the solution. Volume by Primal Herbs offer a smarter solution. It's a natural supplement, again, pushing on the natural angle, not just prescriptions or medications by doctors. All men over 40 retarget, and again, targeting that specific customer persona in the copy. Regain confidence and vitality by supporting healthy blood flow, stamina, and energy levels, which are the points they have been mentioning here in the education, explaining to you why this happens. And here they are outlining and putting in a different color the main mechanism and how the product actually solves this problem right here. So, and other potent herbs that have been trusted for centuries to enhance male performance. But with a daily dose, Volume works naturally to restore balance and optimize performance without the risks of synthetic medications, handling more objections again in the explanation copy here. And at this point, they can start mixing in social proof and authority. Obviously, this jar of magic changed my life. I do not have to worry about it anymore, and the confidence this gives me is priceless. This is the end goal any customer persona that experiencing this problem wants to reach. Confidence it gives me is priceless. They want to reach this point where they do not need to think about this problem anymore, not experiencing it anymore in their life. Wife is very happy. Obviously, one of the main pointers, one of the main outcomes that the customer persona wants from this product at the end is their relationship or their significant other. Recommended to all men, especially if you are over 40 years old. And here they are going into the offer, so they explain to you how does this trial offer work. The very important point here is that with pre-sale, pre-landers and pre-sale funnels, you need to make sure you have a very strong front-end offer in place. A trial offer does that for them. Obviously, the better offer you have, the better the funnel is going to perform. As you probably know, if you're in e-commerce, offer is one of the most important parts, if not the most important thing after the product. So you need to have obviously a good offer in place. So you need to match a cold traffic friendly funnel with a cold traffic friendly offer. In this case, the trial here that they're offering is what is that for them. Here, a little bit more about a few guarantees. So risk-free and affordable. Few guarantees, few risk reversals for visitors here. More social proof and more authority here. They're going with the evidence-based angles, with the research angle, with the experts angle, which obviously works if you have actual backing and if you explain your mechanism properly. And here we have videos from customers that have used the product. Here, one thing they're doing is that, as you can see, there's a woman in this video right here, and this is kind of a strong, because obviously this product is targeted for men, but having a woman there that might explain, I haven't watched the video, but what I think is that it explains her experience with their partner after taking Primal Herb. Super strong angle, because obviously, as we've mentioned, most of the like visitors and customers that are actually going to buy this have a problem in their relationship with their significant other and need to solve it. So having a woman there explaining it from their point of view obviously helps a lot with just going through and making the decision to go through with the purchase. And then we arrive, as for every advertorial, we arrive to the buy box section, to the actual call to action, mentioning the offer again, limited time offer. With on advertorials and listicles and pre-sale lenders, you can play a little bit more with fear of missing out, urgency, all of these things. They are not on your main website, they're not on your main funnel. So if you have any worry at all about direct response or pushing too much on the direct response side instead of building brand, then you have these on separate funnels, on separate landing pages. So you can push it a bit more with these. As you can see, more social proof here, an explainer on how to go through with the offer and claim the offer and actually get it for this price. More fear of missing out and urgency, only available for the first 500 customer, with a loading bar here that's red, signaling that there is just a few left and you need to hurry to get the offer. Don't miss your chance to take control of your health for just $25. And then call to action to the actual sales page, which we're going to look at right now. So here's the sales page. As I've mentioned, the goal of the advertorial in this case was just to warm up and prime the visitor to meet the product, understand the mechanism, and then go through with the purchase. As you can see here, we were greeted immediately with the buy box at the top of the fold. This could be a product page or looks very strongly like a product page. And this is the point of pre-sale funnels. You just have a page in there or a step in there before they're actually exposed to the buy box, or where they can actually convert, that primes them up for the purchase and increases conversion rate and AOV and trust in general in the mechanism and in the product. So here's the trial offer. You probably have a sales page just specifically for this trial offer. And a good thing with pre-sale funnels is that you can mix and match a lot of different things when you build the base and the kind of the fundamentals and the foundations, which are the main pages, in this case advertorials, listicles, and sales pages. You can mix and match offers, you can mix and match headlines, angles, and test this stuff out to see what works the best for you. So in this case, they have a sales page specifically for the trial offer. Perfect buy box in this case from a CRO perspective. Trial offer already selected is the only option there, showing very clearly the discount, massive discount they're getting from $120 to $25 with the $95 discount. 1 jar, free shipping, collab in there, free gift from your second order to keep people obviously on the subscription and keep them getting back and paying for more product. So if you get on the trial offer and then you keep paying for 2 orders, then you get a vitamin D3 gift and K2. Again, showcasing specifically the value of the offer you're getting, super important. A lot of brands forget this and they just show free gift, but they forget to show the actual value you're getting with the gift. Because if you just say it's a gift, it's valueless. It doesn't have any value. People are not, they are clueless about how much vitamin D3 is actually worth. So if you actually put a price on it, people are aware of the amount of value they're getting. Risk averse, more guarantees, more explanation about the offer. Call to action here with the price mentioned again. 30-day money back guarantee around the call to action, all the risk averse and guarantees coming in. And then going through a few of the mechanisms, a few of the benefits you're getting of these things that they already mentioned on the advertorial. As you can see here, they're just in a very short format and some accordions at the bottom of the buy box here, just to reiterate through them quickly if there is any other doubts. And as you can see, the page ends super quickly with just a rundown of social proof and reviews you can just go through. And then frequently asked questions at the bottom here. Super important piece here. I would actually, from a CRO perspective, if I was running the funnels for Primal Herbs, one split test I would strongly advise to run here is having the frequently asked questions a little bit far up the page and not at the bottom. So for example, one spot I would test having them in is having them here in the section right here. So just under this piece of social proof under the carousel, and having the FAQ section here just to the left of the accordions here. I would strongly suggest, if someone from Primal Herbs is watching this video, I would strongly suggest testing that on this page. It will probably make it perform better, and it's a test we've ran for a lot of our clients in terms of product pages and sales pages. If your e-commerce brand does at least 7 figures a year in revenue, then you qualify for our cold traffic funnel offer. We will write, build, and test for your brand advertorials, listicles, sales pages, and in general, cold traffic friendly funnels to make sure you're widely profitable on the front end. Book a call on the first link in the description, and I'll see you on the call, and I'll show you the exact strategy we've used to scale other brands. See you on there.